40% of all emissions in the US come from the building industry. This doesn't even include transportation to and from. That makes it closer to 80%. As we look at issues around climate change, this is a significant portion of what we can work on. Over the past several years, there's been a noticeable increase in natural disasters that cost us more than $1 billion to recover from. Over the past 5 years, that average has increased to more than 20 per year. For those of us in Texas, half of those occur in the state of Texas. In this video, we will take a look at how you can impact this as well as your bottom line by creating more resilient and efficient buildings to operate today and in the future. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Jonathan Krotz, Executive Director of USGBC Texas. Welcome to our channel. We're here to help you build a more efficient, resilient, and profitable industry around your buildings and what you do. There are a number of decisions that can be made that have little or no cost impact to a project, or even can reduce costs. For example, looking at the orientation or window selection of a building can reduce or increase the heat gain of a building. Making these decisions allows you to size the mechanical equipment for heating or cooling more appropriately. Looking at your landscaping as a process of meeting what the natural environment is allows you to, one, decrease water, but also decrease maintenance. The other side of this is buildings that are more efficient and resilient have lower operating costs and provide a better environment for the people in the buildings. So why is it important that we look at this? As we've seen over the past 5 years, climate change is affecting us. The number of natural disasters has been increasing, currently averaging more than $20 billion a year in the United States alone. We also spend more than 90% of our time indoors. We are in buildings all the time, and that affects us in many different ways. Additionally, a high-performance space not only affects the people, but it also affects your bottom line. A building that is more efficient and more resilient operates at a lower cost and gives the opportunity for additional profit on the commercial building side. So how do we do this? By building better spaces. There are a number of concepts within building better spaces that we must take a look at. The first of all is your intent. Intending to do this and planning from the beginning makes it a much easier and less costly process. Making design decisions on how a building is oriented, what materials you use, can definitely impact how much you need to use for insulation and what size of the mechanical heating and cooling equipment that you need. So the initial intent and investment of time and design make it a much better proposition to start early. As we look at efficiencies, being able to save water and save energy throughout the operation of your building makes sense, not only from a resource standpoint, but also from a financial standpoint. Some studies show that as much as 30% of the energy and water that is delivered to a building is wasted. One way to evaluate your building for efficiency and resilience is using a third-party rating system. One of the most recognized in the world is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design by the U.S. Green Building Council. This standard looks at energy, water, air quality, as well as other attributes of your building and scores it to see how you are doing in those areas. This also gives you an opportunity to look for areas that need improvement. In a national study of more than 20,000 buildings, the data showed that buildings that were certified with the LEED rating system did operate at a lower cost and also brought in close to 30% higher rent than buildings that were not certified. For more information, visit our website. There you will find access to technical information as well as experts who can help you answer your questions and help you meet the challenges that you are facing. Click the link in the description below. Another ongoing benefit of having a building that is more efficient are lower operating costs, as well as lower maintenance costs. These are definite things that apply to your bottom line going forward, not this year, but every year. Also, there are funding mechanisms to pay for resilient and efficiency upgrades that are only available to projects that are pursuing these strategies. That includes incentives and rebates, as well as financing programs such as commercial property assessed clean energy, as well as resilience or green bonds. These markets are developing currently and are available in most parts of Texas and in other places around the country. So how do you put this to work for you? One, where are you today? What is it that you're working on? And what are the standards you're building to currently? What are the areas for you to improve? This gives you an opportunity to sit down and intentionally plan what your next steps are. Are you evaluating your processes to see where efficiencies can be included to lower your costs, as well as increase the value of your properties? Are you pursuing a certification through LEED or another third party? These are definite opportunities, again, for you to add value. In future videos, we'll be taking a look at what your options are and how you can go about moving your projects forward. I know this is just a brief overview of why to build a greener building. And we've also made an entire series kind of delving into each of these topics in more detail. So click the video on your screen and we'll see you there.